Hi everybody, I am SS the Showstopper and today is the 26th of April 2024. It's bright, it's sunny, it's beautiful. I was very perky and in a happy mood yesterday. Today I'm feeling perky also and in a much calmer mood. And I started out initially yesterday. My intention was to have my school challenge quiz devil advocate edition, but I started out wherein I was addressing all the things that people were saying about my interview questions that I chose to answer and their disdain for it for personal desires. I guess whatever the case may be, I don't need to rehash it, but I see persons that were having problem with my tea party. The suggestion that I make that you can take your girl out on a tea party day. Tea party and saying that it's boring. No, it's not boring. A situation or a setting is what you make it. You make the best of each moment. So you can have a tea party and you can talk about glorious things. You don't know how to hold a proper conversation. You don't know how to hold a fruitful conversation. That says a lot about you. That doesn't have anything to do with the tea party and the entire atmosphere of it. That has to do with you and your personality. You understand? So you can take your girl out on a tea party. You can dress up formal like you are going to church, or even if you're a religious person, or let's say all things are equal and you are going to a formal event, leaving a formal event, you can go and you have a tea party. And there's ginger tea, there's ginger tea, there's Milo tea, there's lemongrass, there's mint, there's so much different tea that you bring in a thermos. And people are laughing, saying that why I'm suggesting something like that for men to do and men are not going to do it. Yes, a man will do it. Why not? You understand? You're creating something that creates a memory, for a lasting memory, for a beautiful moment that you can remember, or you can start it and have it as a celebration and it goes someplace. Make the best of each moment and it's as best as what you decide to make it be. So if it's a boring moment, it's because you are involved in it and you choose to make it boring. You can make the best of each moment. A tea party is something beautiful. I've been to tea parties before. Yes, I have been to tea parties and it's really nice. A tea party is really nice. Now, if you're the type of person that is a dung in a throat and this and that, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm sorry, if you're the special Roman boom individual, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I can't help you. You probably have to try something else. Probably it's not going to work for you because you have most likely developed ADHD already. So that type of setting will not suit you. It will create agitation for you and probably, chills and stuff like that. You are having withdrawal. And so that kind of atmosphere would not necessarily suit you unless you're a type of person that is probably going through a detox. Then you can try it. But a tea party is a beautiful setting, okay? So moving on to my school's challenge quiz. You know me, SS Devil Advocate channel. So there will always be a twist to everything that I am putting forward, okay? So let's get into it to number one. Numero uno. Number one. So the first question is, name another country besides the United States that is predominantly white that has black people sitting right at the top. See, these are the questions. Name another country besides the United States that is predominantly white that have black people sitting straight up to the top, as in presidency. Name another country. All the countries that you can think of are not predominantly white. They are not predominantly white. They're not predominantly white. So, with that being said, moving on to numero dos. Number two. Question number two. Name two countries in the world where its capital is the name of a woman. Most countries in the world, the capital is the name of something or it's the name of a man or such. But there are two countries in the world known where its capital are the names of females. Name them. And guys, one of the things is that these are questions that I came up with and I can answer myself, but, I'm putting a little twist to it because I didn't want it to seem generic. I didn't want it to seem like everything else. You understand? So if you guys can really name two countries in the world where the capital for it is a female name, then, I'll give it to you. But I think one is Greece, because Greece is Athens and Athens is the name of a female, and also Bulgaria, because the capital of Bulgaria is Sofia, and Sofia is the name of a female. So those are the two countries in the world where the capital are the names of a female. That's Greece and Bulgaria. So Greece is Athens, which is the name of a female, and Bulgaria is Sofia, which is the name of a female. Okay, so moving on to question number 3. Oh, this is rather a rude one. Name a motor vehicle that is invented by a black man. Name a motor vehicle that is invented by a black man. Guys, remember, this is SS Devil Advocates channel. So the questions will be rather impertinent at times. And so bear with me. If it's not for you, it's simply not for you. But name a motor vehicle that is invented by a black man. Birds chirping. Birds chirping. Birds chirping. Okay, I guess you guys got it. So moving on to question number 4. Does anyone have the ability to think about breathing? That's inhaling, exhaling, to think about inhaling and exhaling while thinking about something else at the same time? I don't think anyone does. But let's try it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. What do you think about during that time? What are you thinking about? Inhale. Exhale. What are you guys thinking about? There's nothing you can think about during that time. Your time is just thinking about breathing. So I don't think any human being on earth can do it. If there's one, you can tell me. But there isn't any. Question number 5. Does anyone ever wonder how a 175 centimeters tall, Caucasian, brown hair, brown mustache man was able to convince the world that the ideal man and the ideal woman is a tall, slender, blonde hair, blue eye, white person? I repeat, can anyone tell me how a man who is 5'8" or 175 centimeters was able to convince the world that the ideal man and the ideal woman is a tall, slender, blonde hair, blue eye, Caucasian / white person? Never mind the fact that he's putting himself in the inferiority complex part or the inferiority part because he doesn't fit that description, but yet he was able to convince the world of such. And what's more shocking, or what I should have asked, is how did so much persons get to believe that the ideal man and woman is a tall, slender, white, blonde hair, blue eye individual? Why did so much person decide to believe in something like that? You understand? That's the question I should ask. Now, how did he able to convince the world of it? Yeah, that's a tricky part. But how did you get to believe in something like that? How do you get to believe in such fundamental to the point wherein you want to kill so many people? Or you actually did? You get me? So these are the tricky questions that I'm asking. These are my school challenge quiz questions. And, I want people to chime in and respond. It's very thought-provoking, and I'm not the contrarian. I'm just thought-provoking questions that I would like people to assist in answering, because it's very weird, not rare, weird, rather, that someone who is rather short, because a 5'8" man is actually not a tall man. It's actually a short man. He's white, yes, and he also has brown hair, what they call brunette, and brown thick mustache. But the person who he considers ideal, that he was preaching or defending or was adamant about, and giving directives, is that the ideal individual has to be blonde hair, blue eye, tall, white. That's as weird as it gets. That's as weird as it gets. So moving on to question number 6 is a $1 million question. Whitney Houston was asking it, where do broken hearts go? Can they find their way home? Back to the open arms of a love that's waiting there. And if somebody loves you, don't they always love... You know what? Where do broken hearts go? I think they go on their way to hurting other people. I think that's where broken hearts go. Broken hearts head to the direction of hurting other people, destroying other people's life, creating misery, mayhem. That's what broken hearts go. That's where broken hearts go, and I think that's what's happening to many persons across the globe right now who have their heart broken, who didn't decide to seek help or seek additional assistance, wherein they can talk to a friend, a family member, a stranger, a counselor, someone to help them heal through the process of being hurt. They went on and they developed coping mechanism, and oftentimes their coping mechanism is centered around destroying the lives of other people. Which leads to my next question. Why do the hair on your pubic region grows and grow faster than the hair on your head, even when you have alopecia? Why do the hair on your pubic region grows and it grows faster than the hair on your head, even when you have alopecia? That's $1 million question. Now one can say that it's because the hair down there doesn't get sunlight, and so because it doesn't get sunlight, it grows. But if you wear a hat on your head or you cover your head, it doesn't make it grow longer. If it does, it's strictly through genetics that will contribute to it. But I know a lot of people who cover their head all day every day, cover their head all day every day, and their hair simply doesn't grow. It doesn't grow, but the pubic region continues to grow, and you really have to shave it and all these kind of things oftentimes, probably every 3 days, because it grows so fast. But then the hair on the head, it slows down and this and that. Yes, I don't know. You tell me. Now, you know me, SS Devil Advocate. I have a book that explains something and describe it. And it's the book of Isaiah 3, verse 17. And it says, "Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts." You see? It says, "Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab of the crown of the daughters of Zion." Crown of the head, of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. And it goes further down and to 24, verse 24, and it says, "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there will be stink." Instead of a sweet smell that the body naturally has, there will be a stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well set hair, baldness. See? Instead of well set hair, baldness. And instead of stomacher, a girding of sackcloth. A girding of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty or pulchritude. Burning instead of beauty. And instead of, your loin, which is your waistline, it's saying that our stomacher, which you will have, the flat stomach, the cinched waistline. Instead of having all of that, you will have a girdle for sackcloth or something that you will have to use to hold up your waist, because you have lost your loin. You have lost that which maketh you very beautiful, which makes you stand out. That's not me who's saying it. That's the Bible that says it. So maybe that's the reason the hair on the head, I don't know. I'm just being the devil's advocate, guys. Relax, 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 relax. Okay, we all know that there's fibroids, there's this or that. Men don't have fibroids. A lot of white women also do not have fibroids. And they do have bald spots and all these kind of things. Asian women too. And such and such and such and such. So we know that there's something scientific about it. Not yet discovered. Scientists are working on treatments, this and that and the third. You understand? So don't come at me, okay? I was just quoting what the Bible says. I'm Devil Advocate channel. And I'm quoting what the Bible says. What the Bible says about the daughters of Zion. So don't come at me. Moving on, before y'all eat my head off, let me go down here. Let me go down here. Have you ever noticed that your bottom jaw is the only part on your mouth that moves? Like, try open your mouth with the top jaw. You can't do it. You can't. It's always the bottom. See, it's the bottom jaw. It's the bottom jaw that always move. You can't move the top. You can't. This remains. See? And at all times, it's the bottom jaw that really moves. So these are things that I want you guys to really take a good look at. And which leads to my next question. Can any man sneeze with their eyes open? School challenge quiz question. Can any man sneeze with their eyes open? Achoo! No. Reflex is too much. You can't sneeze with your eyes open. Can't. You actually sneeze with your eyes closed. You understand? So it leads to my next question. Okay, I always ask this, and this is a question that I always want to know. Why do men, all men on earth, want a pretty girl, but they consider the man who plants fruits at the roadside a fool? Every man wants a pretty girl, but he considers the man who plants his fruits at the roadside a fool. Do you not realize that you have the same problem? Everybody's going to see it. Everybody's going to want what you have. You're going to have to fight with all your might all day, every day to keep it. You understand? And that's how it goes. The man who plants his fruits at the roadside and the man who has a pretty wife, both have the same problem. But I guess everybody wants to pick their poison. You rather not plant your fruit at the roadside, but you definitely want to marry a pretty wife. So everybody pick their poison. Guys, I'm sipping juice, okay? I'm sipping juice. I'm sipping juice here. That keeps me calm. Okay, so does everybody ever notice, which is my next question, I think that is question number 12. Does anyone ever notice the eyes of animals? Some are in the front and some are at the side. Has anyone ever noticed the eyes of animals where some are in the front and some are at the side? There's a reason for that. The ones with the eyes in the front of their head are actually carnivore. They're meat eaters, animal. And the one with the eyes at the side, they are actually herbivore. So the ones with the eyes at the sides are herbivore, and the ones with the eyes at the front are carnivore. They're meat eaters. So that is the difference, okay? And last but not least, that is the last question I ask. Why does everyone want a baby boy? Why everyone, when she gets pregnant, she wants to have a boy child? Why do every man want a boy? Do you think when you get older, a boy is going to clean your ass? When you're in the nursing home, who do you see in the nursing home, men or women? Mainly. It's $1 million question. Oh, I'm sweating, guys. I'm sweating. It's just my sweat. When you get old, it's the good daughters that usually take care of you. Or even if it's a stranger, it's always a woman. It's not a man. They're not going to leave to wipe your butt. But yet you want son. You should want daughters. More and more daughters. Because they're the ones who take care of you. Even when they're living with their man or their husband or they're married and move on, they will always remember their mother and their father. And that's how it's always. Even when they're at odds with their mother, they always remember their mother at a later time. Men are more, you know, they hold a grudge. They're not doing this, they're not doing that. And that's how it always is, you understand? So I always find it strange why women always want a boy child. You want a boy that's not really going to care about you when you get old. You know? That's just the reality of it. So you tell me. You tell me. I was going to say that men are very abusive and stuff like that, but I'm not going to. I was also going to say this, but instead I choose not to, and I choose to be very pleasant and kind today. You understand? There was so much more that I had to delete. I was going to add to the this, but I said no because I know that a lot of persons are going to take offense to it and stuff. And even though we're not here to spare feelings, at the end of the day, we want to be mindful and be respectful as possible and not step on people's toes or try to be offensive and try to come off as arrogant or anything like that. And so with that being said, it comes to the end of my day, the end of my video. And I wish that you guys have a wonderful weekend, a blessed day. Maybe I upload a video tomorrow. I have some videos here. Maybe I upload it. If you know, I always put a date on it. Doesn't necessarily mean that I did it at the time. This video was actually done usually incorporated a date in it to make it seem as if such. But like I said, you know, this video was actually done on the 26th. That's what I basically mean, which is the day coming. But you know, I hope that everybody's okay. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. It's how we see it. It's all in our head, guys. It's all in our head. Most of our problems are in our head. Most of our problems are in our head. But I just hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I was trying not to be boring, but I guess you guys are picking up my personality as you go along and realize that there's actually a boring side to me. But it's all good. I can't be excited all the time. Not all the time I'm in the mood to talk. Not all the time I'm in the mood to be up and about. And I can't display my nasty self on social media. And so I have to behave. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Enjoy your day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.